Good morning, children. In today's session, I am going to take science for 6th standard and the second lesson for you all. That is lesson 5, the cell. Okay, children. Those who have the book, take page number 57. This can see, if you have the book, you can see this picture, children. That's a brick is there, a brick wall. Then close your eyes and imagine a brick wall. What is the basic building block of the wall? That is a single brick. Okay, to make a wall, you need a brick. That is a single brick. Like a brick wall, your body is composed of building blocks and it's named as the cells. So same like the brick, you have a cells. Okay, the cell is nothing but a structural and the functional unit of every living organism. What is cell, children? Structural and functional. Structural and functional unit of all living organism. Functional unit of all living organism. Did you understand, children, what is cell? Cell is a structural and the functional unit of all living organisms. Now, we will see the cell. All living things are made of one or more cells. So, living things are made of one or more. So, there are a variety of cell types. However, they all have some common characteristic features. There are a variety of cells and they have some common features for that. Now, see, more to know I have given. Can you see a cell with your naked eye? Naked eye enna sollirken nama vandu verum kannala paakradhu. Nammala adha paaka mudiyuma? No. So it should be seen by only by the microscope. So cells are very minute. Very minute means what? Romba chinnadha irukum and said to be microscopic and cannot be seen with the naked eyes. So they can be observed only through a specialized scientific instrument called microscope. So everybody knows me as a microscope. Those who don't know, even the picture is given there. So you can see that. So it's be observed in a microscope. So nowadays an electron microscope is used to magnify and observe the cell. So what microscope is used? Electron microscope. Electron microscopes. So microorganism which we cannot see through a naked eye, it's observed through the microscope. Now discovery of the cell. The Englishman Robert Hooke was a scientist, a mathematician and an inventor. So improved microscope which was used in those days and built a compound microscope. So அந்த காலத்துல வந்து microscope அவ்வளோ வந்து டெவலப் ஆகல. So இன்னும் அவர் என்ன பண்ணாரு, கொஞ்சம் இம்ப்ரூவ் பண்ணி compound microscope கொண்டு வந்தாரு. What microscope is that? Compound microscope. So he improved and built a compound microscope. So he placed water lens beside the microscope. So those who have the book, you can see the picture there. A water lens given there, that is beside the microscope to focus the light, that is see the light from an oil lamp on specimens to illuminate them brightly. So to see brightly, this water lens is used beside the microscope to focus the light. Okay, children? So that we are able to see the minute parts of the chinna parts you can see. Minute parts of the objects clearly we can see. Now, who published a book named Micrographia in the year 1665 where he first used the term cell. So in the book name, what is the book name, children? Micrographia. Here only in this book only he used the first structure of the using the term cell. Okay, children? So describe the structure of the tissue using the term cell. So in Latin the word cellule means a small chamber. So a Latin word called cellula which means small chamber. So do you understand, children? What is small chamber? In Latin word it is called as a cellula. Then the branch of science that deals with the study of cells is called cell biology. Cell biology. So what is cell biology? The study which deals with the cells is called as a cell biology. Now the structural organization of the cell. A typical cell consists of three major parts, that is outer cell membrane, liquid cytoplasm and a nucleus. So what are the three parts? Outer cell membrane, then liquid cytoplasm and a nucleus. Now first we will see the size of the cell. The size of the cells may vary from a micrometer to a few centimeters. So it's a cell vary, that is sizes from the micrometer to a centimeter. Most cells are microscopic and cannot be seen with the naked eye. So the cells many are microscopically, that we cannot see from a naked eye. So they can be observed only through the microscope. Since they are very minute, it can be only observed through a microscope. So it has sizes that is from the micrometer to the centimeter only, it varies. So smallest size of the cell is present in bacteria. So smallest size is present in bacteria. Smallest size present in the bacteria. The size of the bacteria cell ranges from 0.01 to 0.5 micrometer. 0.01 to 0.5 micrometer. This is the smallest size of the cell present in the bacteria. Then on the other hand, the largest cell is the egg of the ostrich. Okay, the largest cell is the egg of the ostrich with 170 millimeter. So the largest cell, that is cell egg of the, that is cell of the egg of the ostrich. So that is about 170 millimeter. It's the largest cell. The smallest is the bacteria present in the bacteria, that is 0.1 to 0.5 micrometer. And it's the largest cell we can find in the cell of the egg of the ostrich, which is 170 millimeter width. And we can see this with our naked eye itself. It's very large, so we can see within our naked eye itself. And the human body, the nerve cells are believed to be the longest cells. So in human body, nerve cells are the longest cells. Okay, children, in human body, what is that? Nerve cells are the longest cells. So what did I say, children? The smallest cell can be present in the bacteria, that is 0.01 to 0.5 micrometer. And the largest cell we can see in the cell of the egg of the ostrich, that is 170 millimeter width. And the human body can see the longest cells is the nerve cells. Then shapes. Cell of different shapes. For example, some shapes are given in below pictures like nerve cell, red blood cells and the muscle cells. So these are the different shapes. Now number of cells present in the different organisms may vary. So number of cells present in the different organisms may vary. Organisms may be uni, that is one. Multis means many. So it can be unicellular or the multicellular. So organisms such as bacteria, amoeba, chlamydomonas and the yeast are unicellular. Uni means what is it? One. So that's only one cell. So what are the organisms which has one cell? Like bacteria, amoeba, chlamydomonas and yeast. All these are the organisms which has only one cell or otherwise called as a unicellular. And the other hand, organisms such as Spirogyra, mango and human beings are multicellular. Multi means what? A cell means to have many cells, more cells. And this is made up of a few hundred to millions of cells. And here they have given the changes in the cell size, that is first virus, next bacteria, and then from there to plant cells. These are changes, okay, from small to large. Then egg of a human, and again little more large, that is egg of a frog, and then egg of a hen, and last it goes to egg of ostrich, that is small to large. Then types of cells. Generally, cells are classified into two types. Okay, children, classified are two types, that is prokaryotic and eukaryotic cells. It's classified into two types. These prokaryotics also do not have the true nucleus, and while in the eukaryotic you see that the true nucleus is there. See here, these types of cells. That is two types. Prokaryotic cell, that is no true nucleus and no nuclear membrane. No nuclear membrane. So next is the eukaryotic cell. Here it has true nucleus and it consists of the nuclear membrane. Okay, children, there are two types of cells I said, that is prokaryotic and the eukaryotic. Prokaryotic has no true nucleus and no nuclear membrane, while the eukaryotic cells has true nucleus and the nuclear membrane you can form. So first we will see the prokaryotic cells. That is unicellular organisms, like unicellular organisms, that is one cell, right? Bacteria, for example, you can say has prokaryotic cells. That is example, bacteria. Okay, it has no true nucleus, and this type of nucleus is called as a nucleoid. So this is type of nucleus is called as a nucleoid. Okay, children. Now, no nuclear membrane is around this nucleus. So, no nuclear membrane already I said. So, no true nucleus, and this is called as a nucleoid. And since already I said there is no nuclear membrane, then these cells are the first form of life on the earth. This is the first form of life. First form of life on earth. Okay, children, this is the first form of life on earth, that is 0.003 to 2 micrometer in the diameter. For example, bacteria I said. So this is a bacteria. It's a diagram of bacteria. So those who have the book, you can see that. This is chromosome. It's a flagella. Then inner membrane. And this is a outer membrane. So, example, bacteria. Okay, children, did you understand this? So, unicellular organisms like prokaryote has no true nucleus, and this type of nucleus is also called as a nucleoid, and no nuclear membrane is found here. And these cells are the first form of life on earth. And what is the diameter? 0.003 to 2 micrometer. And the example I given bacteria, this is the diagram. That's outer membrane, inner membrane, chromosome and flagella. Did you understand this, children? So, next is a eukaryotic cell. A eukaryotic cell, again I said, that's a true nucleus, and it's called as a eukaryotic cell. It is bigger than the prokaryotic. It's bigger than prokaryotic cell, and its organelles is bounded by the membrane. For example, plants, animals, most of the fungi and algae. So eukaryotic diagram is given here. So this is the diagram. So mitochondria. Membrane, nucleolus is a cell membrane. Okay, children. So, it's a structure of a plant cell. So, is the difference between two. That's already I said prokaryotic and eukaryotic. Prokaryotic is no true nucleus, no nuclear membrane. So, no true nucleus is called as a nucleoid, and that's the first form of life on earth, and that is 0.003 to 2 micrometer. And there's a diagram of a bacteria. It's a plant cell, that is eukaryotic. Example, plant cell, that is eukaryotic cell. True nucleus is there and a nuclear membrane, and it's bigger than the prokaryotic cell bounded by the membrane. Did you understand, children? Next is the differences you are going to see now. Differences between prokaryotic and eukaryotic cell. That is, first prokaryotic, if you take, I already said the diameter ranges from 1 to 2 micron. If you take eukaryotic, it ranges from 10 to 100 micron. Then prokaryotic, it's absence of membrane bound organelles, and then eukaryotic, presence of membrane bound organelles. And then prokaryotic, it is not surrounded by the nuclear membrane. So in the prokaryotic, what happens? The nucleus is not surrounded by the nuclear membrane, while in the eukaryotic, true nucleus is found there and surrounded by the nuclear membrane. Then in the prokaryotic, absence of nucleoli, that is the nucleotide acid. Then the presence of nucleoli in the eukaryotic cell. So did you understand, children? That is prokaryotic and eukaryotic. In prokaryotic, it ranges from 1 to 2 micron, and it is the absence of membrane on bound organelles, and nucleus is not surrounded by the nuclear membrane. That is no true nucleus, I said. And then the absence of nuclei. And then eukaryotic, it ranges from 10 to 100. and the presence of membrane bound organelles, I said it is because it's bigger than the prokaryotic cells, and the true nucleus is surrounded by the nuclear membrane, and there's a presence of nuclei in the eukaryotic cell. Next we are going to see the plant cell and the animal cell. Did you understand this, children? So the diagram is given there. Those who have the book can see, those who don't have the book can draw in your notebook. So take down this, children. Close it. Next is the plant cell and animal cell. That is chloroplast, nucleus, cell wall, mitochondria. This is a vacuoles. This is a plant cell. Now it is usually larger in size and it is hard in nature. So it's large in size as well as hard in nature. Okay, children, it is large in size and hard in nature. Next, plants will have a cell wall in addition to their cell membrane. So, the cell membrane, where is cell membrane here? So, you have a cell wall. Okay, children, this is a cell wall. In addition to the cell membrane, you have a cell wall here. That is the cell wall is to protect the cell and to be strong. Okay, why the cell wall is there? To protect the cell and to be make strong. And next, it's plant cells cell wall. Plants have a cell wall. And next is plant cells have chloroplast which contain chlorophyll. So this is a chloroplast, and so it contains chloroplast which contains chlorophyll. Okay. So you can see this chloroplast, children. This is a chloroplast. It's green in color and it contains chlorophyll. Next, plant cells have large vacuoles. So this is here, you can see here, large vacuoles. And centrioles are absent in the plant cell. Okay, children? Centrioles are absent in the plant cell. Centrioles are absent. Okay, children, do you understand this? So that is, plant cell is large in size and it's hard in nature, and it has a cell wall other than the cell membrane, and it has a chloroplast which contains chlorophyll, and has large vacuoles, and centrioles are absent in the plant cell. Now if we take animal cell, mitochondria, cytoplasm, and plasma membrane. This is a centriole, children. In plant cell it is absent, and in the animal cell it is present. Okay. Then vacuoles, many vacuoles are seen. This is endoplasmic reticulum. Okay, this is cell wall. So now you can see that animal cells are larger, small than the plant cell. Here, cell wall is also absent, chloroplast is absent, and even animal cells have many small vacuoles. Okay, here, that is, first you can see, we'll write down here, that is smaller in size. Okay, smaller in size. This is the first point here. Plant cell is larger in size and it is smaller in size, and even it is not so hard. Okay, not so hard in nature, while the plant cell is hard and the animal cell is not so hard. Then cell wall is absent. Here present, the cell wall is absent. While in the plant cell it is present. Same way, chloroplast is also absent. Chloroplast is also absent. Then next is animal cells have many small vacuoles. It has large vacuoles. Yeah, many small vacuoles in the animal cells. Okay, children. Next, centrioles are found in the animal cells. This is the centrioles found in animal cells. Okay, so there is 5 differences, children. So once again, I'll tell you, it's a plant cell and the animal cell. Plant cell is larger in size and hard in nature, while in the plant smaller in size and not so hard. Same way, the cell wall is present, cell wall is absent in the animal cell. Here chloroplast, which contains chlorophyll, here chloroplast absent. Then large vacuoles are found, here many small vacuoles are found, and then centrioles are absent and the centrioles are found in the animal cell. So do you understand this, children? Next, 3-dimension cell structure. Now we can see the 3 sides of the cell structure. The picture is given here. All the 3 sides been shown, that is 3D. You can also view the size, shape and location and the organelles. A 3D view is appealing because it makes a reality. It shows a reality. You can see the entire view of the cell. It shows accurate. Accurate means correct size and shape and correct location of the cell organelles. Next is the cell components and their functions. Now first, if you see cell wall, it surrounds and protects the cell and makes it strong. So what is the special name? It's a supporter and the protector. So cell wall is a supporter and the protector. Next, cell membrane, it protects the cell and it controls the movement of the materials which is in and out of the cell. So what cell membrane? It protects the cell and it controls the movement which is in and out of the cell, and it is called as a gate of the cell. Then nice cytoplasm, it's a gel-like material, it's an area of a movement. Next, mitochondria, it is called produces and supplies most of the energy for the cell and it's known as a powerhouse of the cell. So mitochondria is known as the powerhouse of the cell. So mitochondria is called as the powerhouse of the cell. Then chloroplast, which contains green pigment, I said chlorophyll. Why? Because it captures, why it is green? It captures the energy of the sunlight and produces the food for the cell. And food producers for the cell is a plants, producers these are. Then vacuoles, it stores food and water. It's a special name for them is storage tanks. So vacuoles are called as a storage tanks. Then nucleus, it acts the brain of the cell. So nucleus is a brain of the cell and it is a special name for them is control center. The nucleus membrane, it surrounds and protects the nucleus and it controls the movement of the materials in and out of the nucleus. So it is called a gate of the nucleus. So cell wall is a supporter and protector. Cell membrane is the gate of the cell. Cytoplasm is the area of the movement. Mitochondria is otherwise called as a powerhouse of the cell. Chloroplast are the food producers. Vacuoles are the storage tanks. Nucleus is a control center because it acts as the brain of the cell, so it is called as a control center. So the nucleus membrane is called as a gate of the nucleus. So this is the cell components and the function, children. So by this we have finished this lesson. In the next class we'll see the book back answers, children. Thank you.